Alright, today we're going to look at adding some images or patterns or shapes into our circuit board from pictures externally. And so you can see here, this is one I've made in the past. And this is something I made for my physics students. And if we can take a look at it, we'll look at the 3D view of it. And you can see that there's kind of like it has a shape. And so I imported the shape. And there's some imaging inside as well, some of the silk screen, and I imported that too. And then there's like a logo on the back, and then some other text there. And so those are all things that I had imported here, and I'll kind of show you how you can go about doing that. Okay, so coming over to here, let me close that as first. In KiCad, we see this right here, this image converter. So this is what we're going to want to use, this image converter. We're going to open that up, and this is a tool that you can use to import images into your project. And so what we're going to do here is we're going to choose load source image, and so I can grab an icon right here. This is a JPEG, this is a PNG. I'm not sure what the preference is. I'm going to start with a PNG. I'm going to open that up, and so import this picture. And I can set the size of it right here. So let's say I want to make it like 125 millimeters. And then I also have an option. So there's a way to do like an inverted version. And then you could set like a black and white threshold, stuff like that. And now I can decide how I want it to be. So I want to make a footprint versus a symbol versus, and so for most of the cases, we want to make it a footprint. And then we can also set it to, so right now we have on the silk screen, we can do solder mask, drawings, comments. So we'll go for silk screen for now. And you can choose that later too. So we're going to export that to file, and we're going to call this printer silk. Okay. Alright, so I exported that, and now we're going to come back to here, and we're going to, let's see how we're going to import this. Import, replace, add footprint. I have to figure out where it ended up. Let's see. Printer. Nope. Okay. So I probably need to do a better job with that. Let's go to. Oh, I can export to clipboard though. So I export to clipboard. Probably gonna be easiest. And now I'm gonna go. Oops. Cancel. Control V to paste it. There you go. And so now I pasted it in, and you can see this is way too big. And so I need to come back here, and let's cut it down by half, or even like 2/3. So let's go to like maybe 50. We'll start with that. And I'm going to export to clipboard, click over to here, and I can paste it in just like that. Okay, so you can even make it smaller if you wanted to. And then if I want to edit this, I can put it on the, let's see. Properties. I wonder if I was thinking I could change the layer. Let's see, edit footprint. Okay, so this came up. Alright, so I think I could, let's say I wanted this to go to the edge cuts layer. So I can come down here and I can change it to an edge cut. So I'm going to right click on this, properties. I can put this on the edge cuts layer if I want it to be like board outline. Okay, so let's say we made that change. Save change. Now, if I throw that like right here, and we go to our 3D viewer, you can see there's going to be that big cutout there, right? So I can use that to do cutouts. I can use that to import images for silk screens, and it's just a great way to customize things. So that would be a process you could use if you want to import this outline for the board itself and things like that. Okay, so come back to here. I'm going to actually delete this, and then I'm going to show you how you might go about actually manufacturing this if you want to build one of these. Okay, and so the cheap and easy place to order boards that I use often is JLC PCB. You want to make an account here. I don't know if the school sign-in will let you sign in with Google, so if not, you'll have to make a password, but you might be able to use your Google sign-in. And we'll go with this one, and then we'll just look at, say, exporting kicad to JLC PCB. Okay, so we're going to see what they want for us in order to export this. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we want these 3 sets of files. So what we're going to do is in the PCB editor, we're going to generate these Gerber files, and we're going to select an output folder. Okay, so I'm going to close out of this and close out of this. No, actually come to here. So we're going to go to File, Fabrication Outputs, Gerbers. Okay, we're going to select a file. So you can navigate on here where you want to put them. I'm going to go to Documents, and we'll say make a new folder. We'll go, I'll call this my PCB manufacturing files. Okay, so we're going to select that folder. Okay, and now what we're going to do is we're going to click over to here, and we are going to look at what it wants to do. So first we want to select these layers. So the front copper, front paste, front silk, front mask, the back copper, back paste, back silk, back mask, the edge cuts, and then that should be good. And so we're going to come to here. We want the front copper, front paste, back paste, front silk, back silk, front mask, back mask, and edge cuts. So you can add or remove things by checking on them. Here I've got the 9 things that we want selected, ready to go. And then coming back to here, we're going to see that we want to change some options. We want to choose plot reference designators, check zone fills before plotting, and then we've got these 2 ones, the Protel file name extension, subtract solder marks from silkscreen. So we got these 2, got that one, got those ones. We can remove this footprint text one if we want. I think that's everything there. Okay, so now we're going to click the plot button. And we're going to click plot, and you can see it generate those files. And so if we want to look at the folder that it put them in, I'm going to open that up real quick. Alright, so you can see here, these are the files that it generated. Okay. So those are the files it generated right there, and that's what we need. We're going to get some more files too, and so we're going to come back to here, and we're going to generate drill files. So in the same plot menu for Gerber files, click the Generate Drill Files button at the bottom right, and this will open the dialog for drill files. And so we're going to come to here. We're going to go to Generate Drill Files, and it wants us to set alternate drill mode, absolute, millimeters, decimal, and Gerber X2. So we want alternate, absolute, millimeters, decimal, Gerber X2. Okay, and we're going to generate that drill file. Okay, and then there's this option for a map file. Okay, provides additional information for drill holes. For human reading, indicates which holes are placed, plated and which are not. Also indicates total slot. Okay, so we can do this as well. And so we're going to come back to here, and we're going to click Generate Map Files. Okay, and so we've generated all those files. And now what we're going to do, it recommends verifying them with a Gerber viewer. And so let's find one right here. So we're going to say Gerber viewer. Okay, so this is a Gerber viewer I just found. I just googled Gerber viewer. PCBWay is another manufacturer that you can use. And what we're going to do is we've got all these files, and we're going to right click on here, and we're going to choose to compress it to a zip file. And it's going to take a second. Okay, and so I'm going to drag that Gerber into here, and you can see that it's got my circuit board right there. I can look at the bottom, look at the top. Everything looks pretty good there. Okay, we're probably in some good shape. So now what we're going to do is we're going to switch over to JLC PCB, and we're going to put our order together. Okay, and so what we're going to do is we're going to do order now. We're going to click Add Gerber File. So we've got our zip file right here, and we can open it from there, or we can also just click and drag it over from here. So we can also kind of just go like this to drag it in. Okay, and it's uploading our files, and then we have some options here. So it's going to make a minimum of 5 of these. Okay, but you could make 100 if you wanted. Generally, it's good to start with a small amount first to make sure everything works and you're happy with it before you go for more. Sometimes I have issues with it taking a while to load, and so there you can see my circuit board. If you want to click on the Gerber viewer here as well, you can do that. It'll take a minute to load. Okay, mine got stuck loading. I had to close that and come back, but here you can see it. We can look at the bottom side. We can look at the different layers. We can hide things, make them translucent. I'm not sure what that does, but we can hide the outline. We can hide the top silk, the top layer, all those top layers we can hide, and just see like the bottom. You can do whatever you need to here. And then you can also just, let's see, I don't know here, there's a grid swap, but if we're on the 2D viewer, we can switch between top and bottom. Got my silk screen turned off somehow. But anyway, this is our 3D view. Okay, and so that's our Gerber viewer. And then come back to here. We have some options. So you can see here, if I just order as is, it's going to cost me $2 to make the board. And then I'm going to pay shipping to do like a quick shipping. It's going to take about $20 of shipping. You can go to like a cheaper option down here. But it's just going to get a little bit iffy if you use some of these other shipping options. It'll take a while to arrive and stuff like that. But also what you can do, the other thing is like it's based on weight, and the weight of these things adds up pretty quick. So if we have like say 100 of these, now we're looking at almost a kilogram, which is about 2 pounds. And you can see the shipping prices get a lot more expensive. This actually UPS Express Saver is pretty comparable, so $25.50 is not too bad. But you can see the cost now, if I want to get 18, is increasing, right? So now it's $18.70 for 100 rather than $2 for 5. Okay, and so you can see those prices change based on how many you want to get. And then some other things that are fun. So first of all, you have a surface finish option. This one here, Enig, is used like a gold plating. It's a pretty nice finish, but it also adds to the price. So like if we're just doing 5, this jumped from being a $2 order to being an $18 order. If we run it up to 100 boards, now it goes from $18 to $56, right, or $38. So that finish is more expensive. You can also do like a lead-free finish, and that's a little bit cheaper. And with the $2, you might still get away with the $2 board. A little bit more, but this has no lead in it. So I mean, that's an option you can take. You can also look at the different colors. So you have a purple option, you have a red option, a yellow, a blue, you can do white, and this is what I had ordered it in, or you can do black. Okay, so those are all things you can think of as well. And then let's say you were decided what you wanted. Okay, let's say I want to do the ending finish, and I want to make 100. Okay, I've got my shipping selected. So this is 38 and 25. So together, that's about $65 for 100 boards. So about 65 cents a board. And then if we continue to scale this up, let's say we want 200 instead. 41 and 53. So that's about $94. So that's for 200. So 94. That's about like 47 cents a board. And you can see you get some savings at a larger scale. So we did 1,000 of them. It would cost us $267, and that's about 25 cents a board. Okay, so we'll go with the 100 here. You probably want to, if you end up getting some on a lower level there. There's potential coupons that you can use as well when you check out. So I'm going to go save to cart. I'm going to go to my cart here, and then from here I can do a checkout. So I'm going to click right here on my item, and then I'm going to secure checkout, and then I do like the address, stuff like that. So I set an address. I do like my shipping method. You could submit your order, stuff like that. Go submit order. At some point, it's going to ask us some like so there's like payment information. Sometimes it'll ask you like what kind of item it is, and so then you'll have to like it's for like customs type stuff, so you'll have to tell it like what kind of item it is. You could do like a development board or like an educational product or something, and then from there you can pay. From here you can kind of pay and exit and get your order done. Usually I think maybe it just has you do that when you're doing an assembly. So if we come back to here, just the main JLC PCB. One thing that you can do is when you're doing an order, you have also an option to do assembly, and so we need additional like files to upload to do the assembly. But if you were to do that, there's some additional costs there, but they will actually solder components onto the board for you. So now, like for this like solder badge thing, the point is to solder it yourself. But like let's say you were building something and you wanted them to come pre-soldered, then this is how you could do that. They could actually assemble stuff for you. It's a whole other involved process because you actually have to figure out like from their parts library what parts you want to use and stuff like that. So anyway, this should get you to the point where you can place an order for a circuit board if you want. And yeah, have some fun with it.